Thank you very much for joining me for this edition of Dr. Plotzker's Mind. Pesach is almost here. It's my favorite holiday. Has been for a long time, even though there are a lot of restrictions. This one requires some preparation. The preparation for me now begins weeks in advance. I do a little bit of cleaning, but not a lot until we get to the end. I do some menu planning. That's a few weeks in advance. Try to figure out who's going to be joining me and what food I have, what food I still need. While there are culinary restrictions, I find those restrictions give me creativity. I can make a cake without using flour. Not only can, but have. When I have guests for Seder or for Shabbos, I think about them, probably more than I think about me. I want the table to be festive. I want the table to be different. I get an accomplishment from doing the work. I have to clean the house. I have to schlep quite a lot of dishes from the basement. Some of them are rather heavy, bringing me to the limits of my capacity, but I always get by. Shopping takes some thought since you have to get everything that belongs on the Seder plate. You have to buy a lot of eggs, both for baking and to give everyone present a hard-boiled egg to start off their meal. Since the dishes have been in the basement for a year, I have to take the fleshig ones out and wash them before I can even begin cooking, and then wash them again as I go, in part to have enough, and in part to be ready to do milchig dishes the next day so that we could have ordinary meals. It's quite a challenge. This year I have a fair amount of stuff to do for the synagogue. Usually the synagogue's been kind of shuttling me off to the side, but that's a different story of a different form of resentment. But this year I have a Torah reading to do, one that I've not done in a very long time. I have a Haftorah reading to do. We have no Levium, and I'm the Bechor. So on the 3 of the 4 days of Yontiv that I'm going to be there, I have to assist the Kohanim with their blessing. Quite a lot to do. But when it's all done, I sit back and look at what's been accomplished and the people who derived benefit from what I did. This year, my birthday comes up on the 7th day. I have to make a cake, or by the 7th day, perhaps the kosher section of ShopRite will discount the currently outrageously priced cakes, and I can just buy one. But most likely, I will make one. I have lots and lots of nuts. I bought extra this year because I like nut-based cakes. I have some minute steaks sitting somewhere. Those need to get defrosted. I think I will make the minute steaks for my birthday. And the holiday concludes the day after. So by 2 days after that, it's back to chumetz, but not so fast. I still have to wash all the dishes and get them down to the basement for another year. There is very little else that I do in a year where accomplishments are that immediate and that measurable. Thanks so very much for joining me for this session of Dr. Plotzker's Mind.